I'm going to be recording this for my safety.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Sergeant Whalen from the Manchester Police Department.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for calling me back.
No problem.
So what's
Can I
going
do for you?
on?
Not much. I just know that my records employees here said that you called and looking to speak to someone from legal, so I was tied up at the moment and I'm just giving you a call back.
Okay. So I reported child abuse on the 29th. I have those recordings. And then Steve Olson would not take report. He sent it to Captain Louis. He said he would after multiple hang-ups. You gave me those audios. You haven't given me
Yep.
the audios from the previous times that we've discussed this, which I have 91A requests for the months and months of denial of taking reports and quite frankly, rude behavior by the Manchester police. And so on February 9th, I believe, if I get my dates correct, at the Manchester City Hall, he had 4 or 5 police officers that came up, and Officer Martin assaulted me on camera. And I called the police, and nothing's been done about it. So are you aware? And I sent you an email too with the video. So are you aware of these things?
Yeah, to some extent. I haven't done a full review of. I don't know if there's a report on our end or not, but I saw your email on it.
Okay. So I have no recourse but to sue you guys. And that's what I'm working on. However, that doesn't preclude taking action. There are 2 false reports, orders that are made on fraud for domestic violence, that say that I can't see my children. And when you look at the law 173B, it says if any party wishes to relieve the defendant, that's me, even though those are fraudulent orders, mathematically and physically impossible, that it is the duty of, excuse me, I'm trying to get rid of this call. It's the duty of the party wishing to relieve me to modify the orders. So you have 2 orders from December of 2022 and December of 2023, the extension, where they both say the fraud. I've confirmed that that's all the orders that you guys have. And then there's conflicting orders at the family court that say that I can see my children, but it didn't modify those orders. And then they also held me in contempt for not violating the protection order. So that's what I'm trying to say is the issue, and that's human trafficking and abuse on my children, because there's all those records are at the court. And I've been trying to get you guys to go there, but
We've told you endless times that we don't agree with you on that position. We've consulted with city attorneys on that, and that is a done issue. So, what other questions you have or concerns you have?
well, it's not a done issue because Sergeant O'Mara, in his paperwork in the police report, shows that he did not conduct a proper investigation, and the court didn't give him the information. And then before that, in December of 2022, maybe possibly into January of 23, you have Detective Feliciano hiding evidence, and then with the county prosecutor. So 633:4, interference with custody, is a Class B felony. I have submitted a 30-day email thread with text messages to Detective Feliciano They already made the ruling prior to the they already made the ruling prior to, meaning the prosecutor Sweeney, assistant prosecutor Sweeney, without looking at the email thread, he decided that it is not a crime. There was no intent
I'm
shown.
sorry it didn't go your way.
It. I don't think you're sorry. You're because if you were
But,
sorry,
sorry. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes decisions don't go the way we want them, and that appears to be the way it went in your case.
yeah, but when it's illegal and when you guys are hiding evidence, that's illegal.
Okay, I disagree with you, and that
Okay,
our
on what
position does not go with you on that.
you don't have any of the evidence. So okay, so we can go talk about all that stuff, right? But let's deal with the fact that right now, currently, you have a fraudulent order. You have 2 fraudulent orders at your police station, and I reported child abuse, and you guys haven't done anything about it.
Yeah, you just don't have a valid child abuse complaint just because you disagree with the way the courts have judged on it.
Okay. So what is the statute on human trafficking?
No.
And what investigation have you what investigation have you guys conducted?
I don't have that information right in front of me. I know that any remotely valid complaint that you've had where we've taken reports, particularly the one where you have talked about your children being taken without your permission and all that, that Detective Feliciano investigated, that's all been looked into and it's done. Sergeant O'Mara did his investigation that you have copies of, and it didn't go the way you want, I understand, but it's been done. I know that.
No, you guys are purposely not conducting an investigation because
not anymore, because it's already been done, and we've spoken to our city attorneys, and they have advised us that we've taken as far as we need to, and that's it. You've been told this over and over again. So
yeah, but you guys don't.
Do you have any other issues?
You guys.
I understand you disagree. That's
okay,
fine.
so what's happening about Officer Martin putting her hands on me?
I have not been posed with that complaint on that regard, so I don't know.
Okay, so Captain Louis, with the phone call that I have a recording of, Captain Louis is doing nothing, and you guys haven't done any report.
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of, but
so
I haven't researched it.
Captain Louis.
I haven't researched it myself, so.
Okay. When am I gonna get my audio for the preceding calls? I thought I was gonna get them, but you ended up giving me the most recent audio from the 29th.
We're chipping through as much as we can. I mean, your 91As, you submit so many of them for these calls that it's impossible to keep up with because you want every single call that you make every single day. So because you ask for all of them, it takes a very long time for me to exhaust those kind of resources to get them. So I don't know exactly when you'll get them. I mean, if you were more reasonable about them and you only occasionally ask for a few, then I could get them quicker. But because you ask for every single one of them, it takes a very long time.
Well, the thing is that the reason why there's so many phone calls is because you guys aren't doing a proper investigation and you aren't taking my complaints. There's multiple inaccuracies on the police reports that I have. For instance, you're talking about Detective Feliciano did an investigation. He didn't. I gave him information. He did not investigate. He brought it over to the county prosecutor, and the county prosecutor already made their assumption without looking at the evidence, the email thread. Then I also have a 91A request, which was fulfilled by John Coughlin, county prosecutor, where it has Captain Louis talking and making fun of me and with Sweeney, saying that I doubt this will slow him down or stop him. It's in writing, by the way, in an email. And so that's what's going on with that. Okay. So regardless, you guys have to provide this stuff within the statutory limits. You're not. And then also, I don't call every day. And then further from that, when there's a lawsuit, there's interrogatories you guys have to, and you'll get sanctioned. Your lawyer has brought no valid argument. Instead of you guys doing your duty, you guys have gone around and talked to the Wyndham police, the Concord police, and the Attorney General and John
We're not
Coffin.
allowed to do that, or we're not allowed to talk to those people?
Not to hide valid complaints which have been made over and over again. Not to conspire to suffocate the truth.
All right.
And the reason why you guys are doing this is because you don't acknowledge crimes against men when the other party has a lawyer or is more politically connected, or you guys want to date her, or she dates a police officer. So that's what end up happening. That's what all the evidence shows. So again, what are you going to do about the report of child abuse? You have to investigate it. So that's why I'm calling. I'm not calling because
If you're talking about the same one that has already been assigned and all that, then nothing.
I don't know what's been assigned. You're not giving me specifics. January 29th, I called in, and then
Okay, do you have a case number?
No? I don't have it. Steve Olson called me back.
No, you're rehashing the same thing that you disagree with what the court has
No, I'm
determined
not.
to do with your children is not a child abuse case. That's not.
No,
that's
I'm
something
not.
we're looking into. So,
You don't know what 633:4
citing
6.
random laws isn't going to help your
It's
cause.
not. It's called interference with freedom. It's the entire chapter.
I know. I know what interference with custody is. I'm familiar.
Okay. Do you know what 633:7 is?
I don't. What's the title of the law? And I'll tell you. I don't have every RSA number memorized.
It's human trafficking. It's a form of domestic violence. The Manchester
You being
police.
trafficked is someone
Yes, I am.
trafficking you?
Yes.
Okay.
Through the abuse
who
of the
is that?
legal through the abuse of the legal process.
Well, that doesn't sound like doesn't sound legitimate. I mean, we get human trafficking complaints. They're not.
I just
saying that the
explained
police
to you.
are trafficking them.
Do you, when you pull up my name, are there not two protection orders? Well, an original one and a rehashed one, or I'm sorry, an extension filed by the mother and attorney, which has fraudulent, physically and mathematically impossible findings of fact that are on there, which are fraud, and then orders saying I can't see my children? And have you gone to the courthouse, like I've instructed, to see that there are orders against me telling me that I can see my children, which conflict with the protection order, and then also signed affidavits which state very clearly that these orders are in violation of 173B. You have to arrest on any violation of 173B of a protection order. So the protection orders, if I see my children, you must arrest me. If I contact the mother of my children, you must arrest me. Yet there are orders ordering me to contact her directly from the court, conflicting. And there's also signed affidavits.
That sounds like something you need to address with the court then.
It's
we don't issue protective orders.
I know. You must arrest by 173. You must arrest with probable cause.
If you violate a protective order, yep.
Yup. So I have human trafficking, which is compelling me through an order of contempt to talk to the mother, which would violate the protection order, which the police has given me a copy of with a timestamp on it saying that is a violation of the protection order. What the protection order is, it says I shall have no contact with the mother. Not only that, those are physically and mathematically impossible findings of fact.
Okay. You were at the court recently for a protective order hearing, right?
Yes.
Okay, did you address this issue then?
I've addressed it for the last year, which is why I'm telling you.
So what did they say?
They don't respond to it. Now there's another motion filed in it. Listen, the executive branch, which is the police, are supposed to protect us from the legislator and from people who commit crimes, and also from the judicial branch. The judicial branch protects us from the police, which is why there's due process. Further, the jury protects us from the judges that are bad. There are no juries in family courts. Regardless, you have fraudulent reports, official oppression from the courts, provable, physically, and mathematically impossible findings of fact. And then you have police reports where you're calling their attorney and not calling me after I file a report, which shows that you are biased towards the woman and the attorney without doing a proper investigation. I have those reports. So this further, by you not taking any action, is violation of your oath of office as a police officer, Sergeant Whalen. It's very simple. And you guys are just trying to cover this stuff up instead of taking action and instead of investigating, which is a crime. There is no immunity from a crime. You don't have qualified immunity. Police officers get arrested all the time. They end up on the Lorry list. In fact, a Manchester police officer was arrested in Goffstown on November 12th for violating a protection order. Right. So, you're not addressing any of my answers. My questions. Saying that if I submit evidence and you say, he submitted a bunch of evidence, we didn't see a crime, that is in violation of Article 8 of the New Hampshire Constitution and Article 14 of the New Hampshire Constitution. You guys
Sounds
need
like
to...
you maybe you got a case.
I do, but you neglecting your duty to not provide a case.
No, I mean a case again. You know, if you're saying we violated your rights.
Look, it's so... Look,
an attorney.
Okay, let's get the laws and all this stuff. If I have additional evidence or I want to talk to you, I look at your report and see that you guys have missed something, and I, have a good faith assumption that you're really trying to help something, then I should be able to simply call and talk to the person who did the investigation, the detective, and then go and give them supplemental information and find out why they came to that. I've tried to do that over the last year with Sergeant O'Mara and Detective Feliciano. They refused to talk to me, which indicates that there is a cover-up. So...
Yeah, I mean, you're a little bit difficult to deal with, Robert. You don't exactly take any results that just don't happen to go in your favor. If you don't like the answer, you just keep pushing, regardless of what the facts are.
No. The thing is the facts are, as I just displayed the facts to you, and you guys decide not to take action, you look the other way. So I'm going to get this is being recorded, by the way. I'm being very, very clear that I am not unhappy with the results of your investigation solely. I am or your determination on the facts. I'm unhappy because you guys are investigating or taking report of crimes. You have not taken report of when I called up 633:4 on the 25th of July. You guys did not take a report. Further, the Manchester Police gets funding from the Violence Against Women Act to take reports specifically. And that has been recorded at the Governor's Domestic Violence Commission at the Supreme Court on November 17th, 2023. Recorded, a public meeting. Manchester Police gets funding solely to report domestic violence. 633:4 is domestic violence. 633:7 is domestic violence. On your website, there is no information about men domestic violence. It's simply women, 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 women. So again, I'm unhappy with the results of botched investigations and improper investigations and discrimination on the basis of
there's
sex.
evidence for that, which we've referred you to, and you maybe did call them, and they probably didn't agree with you, so you came back to us. But did you ever reach out to the Public Integrity Unit?
Yes.
What
yes,
did they tell you? Agree with you?
they're getting sued too. Their Attorney General is getting sued too.
Okay.
And right now,
So they didn't agree with you, like most people, or really everyone doesn't
no.
agree with you.
Well,
because you
everyone,
aren't-
everyone
not
in the
very valid.
corrupt police, yes, everyone in the corrupt Manchester racket of police, including you. So I have you on video failing to take a report again. I have you on video. You have not disclosed, and I put a litigation hold on the body cam that you had. You were snarky. You were smart. I had the information. You
God.
decided not to. It's because your police aren't properly trained and are biased against men.
Okay.
So are you going to report this? Are you going to report this? Like I need to
Interference
know
with
about
custody?
Officer
No.
Martin. I need to know about Officer Martin.
Okay, what do you want to know about her?
I want to know that the report is being addressed. She assaulted me. I gave you the video. She has a body cam. What's being done about that?
All right, I'll have to look into it, and I'll get back to you on that because I haven't been assigned that, so
Okay.
I don't have that answer right now.
All right. And then the other thing that I need to know about is on January 29th, I reported child abuse. It was supposed to go down to Captain Louis. What is Captain Louis's response?
Yeah, okay. Probably nothing on that. I mean, the child abuse thing we've already vetted out. We don't think you have a valid case. So
Since when? So
End of story
put it in writing. Put it in writing.
You've already been referred to Attorney Cullen, everything multiple times.
That Attorney Cullen is
cases
not a
that you're
police.
trying to-
Attorney Cullen's not a police officer.
Okay, yeah, but the fact that you disagree, you were referred to an attorney on that. So
No, I
you
wasn't.
can disagree all you want.
No, I wasn't.
Either way.
Sergeant Whalen. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I
you
was.
haven't
That was
spoken to
solely.
Attorney Cullen at all. You haven't even.
I didn't say that. You just said that about the child abuse. So that's what you guys do. Every time I call, and that's why you're withholding the phone calls and saying I call every time. Every time I call, you say that I've already reported this, which is not true. So again, on the 29th, I reported child abuse. What is the report number? And please
I'm pulling
get
you
me.
up now. Let's see if there's a report in there. I actually do see one in there. Okay.
Okay. What's getting done about it? Why haven't I been called back about it? Why is there not an investigator? When did you submit to DHHS?
Because there's not a crime listed in it. It's just an informational report.
Okay.
So.
Well, the crime is 633:7. Human trafficking, and then also emotional abuse. I don't know the statute.
Trafficking you, is it right?
What?
So you're saying basically the judge, the attorney, and the court system for child abuse trafficking you?
And the mother, yes, and I've explained it thoroughly, but you guys have the paperwork. But you're not taking any notes, you're not doing anything. Like, I can just tell that this is just dismissive. So this is just to implicate you in
I
not...
think it's fair to say that it doesn't appear to be a proper crime established here.
On what
There's a lot of
basis?
validity to what you're alleging in that case.
On what basis? What do you mean?
It's just the usual from you, which is you disagree with the way things have been handled at a level of a court, and you want people to get in trouble for it, and that's not the way it works.
Okay, how does it work?
They have to have actually committed a crime.
Okay, so what did they do that's not a crime?
I'm not telling you what they did or didn't do to not commit a crime. That's not my responsibility to explain that to you.
So what did I just tell you?
The information you've presented has not. We have to use some level of logic when we go through these to determine if there's actually a realistic chance that a crime was actually committed when we type these reports, not just what your opinion is.
Okay. So what did I report to you?
Case, then it doesn't get investigated. There's too many cases. We don't have time to look into frivolous complaints.
So what did I report to you?
I'm not reading the report to you. I have it up.
I know. I'm asking you. You just told me that I didn't report anything that rises to the level of a crime. What did I just report to you?
You didn't right now, or you mean when you're talking about this report that you're referring to?
Right now, I just reported you the report.
Reporting to me that you are about the conflicting orders and factually inaccurate.
They're impossible. They're not inaccurate. They're impossible. So yes,
Okay.
they're also inaccurate.
But that again, not something that
Okay.
sounds like a mistake, if anything. If that's true, and that needs to be amended by the court, and you can take that up with them.
No. And then what else is there?
I'm not reciting anything. To
Okay,
you.
so
So,
you're not paying attention. You have
okay,
orders.
I don't care. Like what you think about it.
I know you don't. So
No.
you have in your possession, the Manchester Police has fraudulent orders that are physically and mathematically impossible.
Okay, I'm not going to get.
And then what else? What else is the issue?
I'm not conceding your point that they're impossible. I don't even have those in front of me. I'm not looking into it because those are not our orders. They're not Manchester Police Department orders. So
I know.
you can take that up with the court.
No, you have to. The court can't arrest anybody. You would have to go. So why haven't you brought this to the Public Integrity Unit? Why haven't you done it?
Because that's your job.
No, it's
I
not.
don't go to the Public Integrity Unit.
No, it's
That's
not.
for who people want to hold.
I have a letter from I
I
have a letter from the U.S. Attorney. They don't investigate crimes. They work with law enforcement. You're law enforcement, so you're saying one part of it, but you're not saying the other part. There's conflicting orders. Where are those conflicting orders derived from? Where are they? They're at the courthouse, and you haven't gone to the courthouse, and you won't come with me, or make any reasonable attempt. Go to the courthouse.
That would be something that you would do with an attorney if you got an issue with that.
I don't have to do that with an attorney.
Okay,
So
well,
you're
then you don't get me
discriminating
help.
against me
No.
because I am not an attorney, so you're not treating me proper. So
No.
so
You
there's
can get an
orders.
attorney and address an issue with the court if you have an issue with the court.
So what would be an instance of human trafficking?
I don't represent you.
Well, I know, but the prosecute no, you get paid to protect me with my tax dollars, which are derived from rent.
Right. I don't represent you in court and file motions at court to amend court orders and stuff. That's not our job.
The court orders
that's
are
not
the
what-
crime. Hey, the court orders are the crime, and also the
Okay.
motions.
I disagree with you that they're a crime.
What on what basis? What basis would they bear crime? What
Because
would
you
be?
don't have any evidence that it is.
Yes, I do. I just told you where the evidence is.
Okay, I disagree. Just because you think that they're conflicting, that doesn't mean someone committed a crime. Be a lot more that would go into it than that.
What would be missing? What do you need? What do you need? It's
Because
at the
if
court.
someone just simply makes an error, they're not aware of the other order.
It's
and
not
happens
an
to-
error. I just told you at the beginning that there are dozens of signed affidavits, several of which specifically point out the violation of the law, which would be the crime of human trafficking.
Okay, that's silly. To say that the court is human trafficking you.
The mother and the lawyer are by abusing the legal process. They have a duty to correct the record. Perjury is a crime. Official oppression is a crime.
Okay. Well, we disagree.
You
So,
don't even know. You're not even able to state the
I can't stay on the
facts.
phone with you.
You're not able to state the facts. Well, that's the
Okay,
thing. You just weren't
I-
able to explain it. You have fraud in your hands and conflicting orders. So what would you like me to hand you the orders that tell me?
You need to speak to an attorney, my friend.
I've already
That's
spoken
the
to
only
an
way that
attorney.
you're going to be able to. If you're saying that these people are really wrong about this stuff and the system fails you, you need a lawyer.
I don't
don't need
need
to
a
go to a
lawyer.
police.
So you're
Not
saying I
what you
need a
need.
lawyer to talk to the police?
No, if you want to hold people accountable over at court who you're saying that the information and the way they're handling things is wrong and they're violating your rights, then you need to speak to an attorney.
Right, the prosecutor. So, according to RSA 21, victims' rights, you need to file
Can I
a
go
report.
into your knowledge of the RSAs? I don't care.
I know you don't care because you don't care about the law. All you care about is getting your paycheck and maintaining status quo, it seems. That's what it appears to be. I've explained to you over and over again. So what I need a report. I want to work with you guys, but you guys don't want to. So
All right,
I'm
Robert.
simply asking
we'll agree
that
to
we can
disagree
attack.
on that one, per usual. But it's been a pleasure.
So what's the report? for the child abuse. What's the report number? When are you going to get back to me with that information? It's really
All right.
simple.
You want to, so did you 91A this one?
I don't need to 91A. I'm Article 8ing it. Article 8. The government shall be responsive.
If you want a 91A, you reach out to me over email.
I don't want. I just want to know a report number so that I can give you any additional information.
24.
Hold on. And this is for the child abuse?
It's for the one you filed on the 20. What the heck is it? No, the 5th. Looks like it was taken on.
What's the one that's on the 20? Okay, the 25th. Is there one that's on the 29th? Because it's probably that one. It could maybe.
Yeah, the 29th is the one. It looks like it was actually, the offense is listed for the 29th, but
okay.
It was written on the 5th of February. So, what are you looking for? Do you want the case number?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get that all together.
24.
Yeah.
-00 1825.
25. So here's Sergeant Whalen. This is what I'm saying. So you have this report right here, right? And you guys have found no crime. I want to know what evidence you guys have looked at and why you determined that there's no crime, so that maybe I could supplement.
Okay, because you would never. You're not going to accept that. It would be wasting each other's time. So.
No, it's not. It'd be working together. If I'm missing, if you're missing a piece of
information. Never agreed with a single thing we've done.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't ever agree with a single thing we do. So you just say you disagree because of such and such RSA, and we just go down the same path.
Well, do you agree with anything that I say?
Largely, no.
So you don't agree with what I say? That's what you're saying?
I said largely, no. I mean, I don't. Am I saying I disagree with every single thing that's ever come out of your mouth? No, but I largely disagree with you. Yes.
Okay, so you disagree with most of the stuff, and I'm saying I disagree with most of the stuff. Okay, so what you're saying is that the Manchester police execute their duties perfectly, and they've never been in violation, and they could never possibly get this wrong.
No, I'm not saying that. I definitely could.
So instead of working with me to resolve it, you're abusing my
I have. I've told you exactly what I think you need.
I want to give you guys. I want to see. I don't need a 91A request. Just send me the report, man. Article 8, verbal.
You need to consult with an attorney, which you probably already have, and I'm sure they told you you don't have a case, and now you don't.
No, they don't. They don't handle it. They don't handle it.
That's what you need. That's what I think. My honest opinion on what you need if you think your rights have been violated.
No, I just have to sue you. No, attorneys don't want to take it. And I feel like you guys know that and are specific. Don't have attorneys. That's what you do.
Okay.
So how would I add more information to this report to work with you guys? Because I don't think that you guys understand what's actually happening, because one thing, you don't have any of the court paperwork except for the protective orders. That's what you have. So you don't have the affidavits, and I'm simply asking you guys to come to the courthouse. I can show you them, then you can request them, review them, and launch a proper investigation. But you won't even do that. So that's what I'm saying. There's no prosecutorial discretion. You guys are refusing to investigate. So how do I get that to you? In a meaningful way, without tying you guys up. I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm not trying to waste my time. I wanted this handled before a parenting petition was even filed, which would make what they did illegal, taking them out of state. So how do I amend this? What's the process?
We're not investigating your disagreement with the court orders. That's not something we investigate. So.
Okay, who investigates that?
I don't know. Not us. I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe under certain circumstances, if a judge committed a crime. I've never even seen that happen, but that I'm aware of.
Judge Introcaso got arrested for whiteouting over in Nashua, whiteouting over, and she lost her judgeship. Judges get in trouble.
Yeah, I know they can get in trouble. I'm just saying, like, was she off duty?
No, it was fraud. It was an administrative act. It's not judicial. And anyways, if a judge while granting orders commits fraud, when a judge writes fraud, my friend, that's a violation.
Yes, I understand they're capable of committing crime. I'm just saying, like, I haven't come across it. Your particular issue that you brought up before was looked into. You don't agree with it, but
I showed they don't have the evidence, and I tried to give him the evidence.
Yeah, and they tried. Well, he offered you to come in and give your phone. You're saying you had all those texts, and you refused to, so you didn't cooperate.
That's not what the crime was. The crime was the judge wrote.
You did. You really wanted it done. You could have come down and helped the investigator out, and you chose not to.
No, you guys wanted to get my phone, which was not related to the crime. The crime was.
Well, you said there was text messages that you had on your phone, and you refused to give them up.
No, I didn't. So you don't even know. So the crime was the judge wrote those fictitious orders saying that I made 1,100 texts for 3 months straight, initiated, and she has in her writing at the court in the evidence, which the court didn't give to Detective O'Mara or Sergeant O'Mara, they did not give that information to him. And so anyways, it's in the judge's writing that her handwriting, she counted them and she knew that it was mathematically impossible. And then there's signed affidavits saying that it was mathematically impossible. So you don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Robert. We'll agree to disagree on that one. Listen, I don't have any more time to sit here and talk. I got other things I have to do as well.
Okay, so when am I gonna get these reports, and when am I gonna get some action?
What reports are you talking about? I've already given you a crap load of reports. Maybe one other one. Are you looking for that one?
I'm looking for 24001825. Send it over.
You say reports as though you haven't. I've given you all the reports you had. You didn't request this one, so you haven't gotten it yet.
I know.
Send me an email with your written request, and I'll get it to you when I can get it to you.
So as of this state, and then I need to know what's happening with Martin.
Okay. Yep. I'll have to get back to you on that as well.
Okay. Thank you, sir.